Where you going, mister? You all right? Hey, be careful. You need a doctor, mister.
Guess what? I programmed our birthdays into the computer. In the year 2190, your birthday will fall on a Wednesday.
I can hardly wait.
Is the detective in?
Oh, Mr. Bloodhound is on a case. Can we help you?
Oh. Well, I hope so. There's someone missing.
Who?
Me.
Sir?
I don't know who I am. I've lost my memory.
Amnesia?
All I remember is waking up in the hospital 5 days ago. They told me I'd been hit on the head.
Well, didn't you have any identification?
Whoever hit me must have taken it.
Well, what about your clothing? There could be clues.
I looked. The label in my topcoat says it was made in London.
But you don't have an English accent.
My shirt comes from Paris.
You must do a lot of traveling.
But where's my home? Where do I live? I've spent 5 days walking the streets, popping into shops, hoping that somebody would recognize me. I must be a stranger in this town.
Take a look at this. Oh, hi. Feeling better?
Yes and no, thank you.
You know Ricardo?
Oh, yes, this young man found me wandering in the street and helped me to the hospital. Oh, and I think he dropped this card.
Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double.
Have you gone to the police?
They checked while I was in the hospital. Nobody's filed a missing persons report on anyone answering my description.
Well, then perhaps you live alone and no one realizes you're missing yet.
Or they could think you're on another trip.
I had to pawn my watch for money to live on.
Where did you pawn it?
Oh, the Happy Face Loans near my hotel.
What hotel?
The Simpson. I felt I should register under John Doe. I didn't think they'd be amused.
Well, what name did you use?
J. Kepler. Johannes Kepler.
That's an odd name to pick.
Yeah, just sort of popped into my head.
It could be a real name. I'll check the phone book.
Don't bother, I already have. There are Johns, but no Johannes Keplers.
And you have no memory of anything before you woke up in the hospital?
Lying in the bed, I did get a flashback of the moon.
The moon?
Yeah, a full eclipse or something.
There was an eclipse about 3 weeks ago, but I guess just about everybody watched it.
It's funny it should stick in your mind.
Wait a minute. Did you say you had to pawn your watch?
Fortunately, it was an expensive one. I'll be able to pay for your services.
Wouldn't the guys that mugged you try and grab it?
I don't think it was just a mugging. I think they were after something. There's a rip on the inside of my overcoat pocket, and this fell through to the bottom of the lining.
Have you played it?
It's nothing but a lot of static. I can't imagine why I'd be carrying it.
Static?
Yeah. Oh, there's one other thing. I think that a man is following me.
Can you give us a description?
Oh, you won't need one. Just look out the window.
Let me leave first. I want to get a picture of that man that's following you. He looks familiar.
Be my guest.
You're staying at the Simpson Hotel, right? We'll get in touch with you the moment we have anything.
Good luck. I'll need it, won't I?
Let's play the tape.
Right.
May 6, 2300 hours.
Mr. Kepler's voice.
Ed, there's a cricket in here. It'll ruin the tape.
I read somewhere that you can tell what the temperature is by how many times a cricket chirps. Shh.
I got him. It looks like a snowy tree cricket. Are we on target, Ed? Okay, now let's see what we got.
Oh, hi, Ricardo.
Hi, Candy. Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Jeff.
Hi, J-E-F-F.
Hey, you on a case?
Uh-huh. You see that big guy across the street?
Oh, yeah.
You think Jeff could read his lips from here?
He says sure.
He can't make out a word. He's speaking a foreign language.
Why would anyone record radio static?
Maybe it's a coded message.
You think Mr. Kepler could be a spy?
A spy has lost his memory.
On the other hand, it could be just radio static.
Let me hook it up to the computer so he can see what those sounds look like.
Get anything?
An earful of noise. How about you?
That big guy's not alone. He was talking to someone in a foreign language. You think he could be a foreign agent?
Funny you should ask.
Well, I've got film to develop.
All set.
May 6, 2300 hours.
That was about the day of the eclipse.
We'll check it out.
There's a cricket in here. It'll ruin the tape.
Hey, I got something. Remember, he says it's a snowy tree cricket? Maybe it's a local species. We could almost
like a
pinpoint where
snowy
Mr.
tree
Kepler
cricket.
came from.
Are we on
I'll call the
target?
Natural History Museum and see if I
let's see
can
what we
speak to an
got.
entomologist.
Maybe it isn't just static. Makes kind of a pattern. Could be a signal.
Well, thanks anyway. Wouldn't you know, the snowy tree is found almost everywhere in the U.S. We're back to square one. You were right, Skip. Some crickets do tell the temperature, and the snowy tree is one of them. You count the number of chirps in 15 seconds and add 40.
I'll rewind the tape. Go get a stopwatch.
But I don't know how knowing the temperature is going to tell us who Mr. Kepler really is.
A clue is a clue, isn't it?
Start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
What are you doing?
9,
Shh.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Stop. 15 seconds.
Add 40. The temperature when Mr. Kepler made this was 69 degrees.
Big deal. Look at this.
69 degrees on May 6th at night.
Well, that's right. 2,300 hours. That's military talk for 11 o'clock.
Pretty warm night for this time of the year.
Florida, maybe? Or Texas, Arizona, someplace like that?
It would be easier to find a needle in a haystack. Skip, you better run down and get a copy of that tape, just in case this gentleman gets wise to us. Excuse me, we're from the Bloodhound Detective Agency.
Happy Vase Loans at your service.
A few days ago, a man named Kepler pawned a watch. I wonder if we could have a look at it.
Ah, the good Dr. Johannes Kepler and the stolen watch.
Stolen watch?
Dr. Kepler?
I knew at once the man was using a fake name, and the watch was probably stolen. The real Johannes Kepler has been dead for over 250 years.
Sir?
He was a famous astronomer.
Our Mr. Kepler loses his memory, except for a flashback of an eclipse. And then when he goes to register at a hotel, the name Johannes Kepler pops into his head.
Maybe he was an astronomer himself.
Can we see the watch? If it's been repaired, watchmakers scratch their initials inside. Could be a clue.
If you knew the watch was stolen, how come you took it in pawn?
To call the police. I was dialing when the police walked in. There was a plainclothesman following him.
Is this him?
That's him.
I don't think he's with the police.
It's possible. The watch didn't interest him. He just wanted to know if this Kepler had pawned anything else.
I've got something.
I hope it's not the measles.
Mr. Kepler remembered a full eclipse of the moon, right? That means he was out somewhere in the west. I checked. Around here, we only had a partial eclipse.
No, this watch has never been repaired, but it should be. I noticed when he brought it in here, that it was running about 2 hours slow.
2 hours. It fits. Say Mr. Kepler flew in from another time zone, and he forgot to set his watch forward. 2 hours would put him in mountain time. Montana or Colorado or someplace like that.
Hold on, that's too far north. Remember when we checked the cricket, it gave us a nighttime temperature of 69 degrees? It's pretty warm for this time of year.
Maybe Arizona or New Mexico?
Let's check the Weather Bureau. If they can pinpoint that temperature...
Oh, and check if there's an astronomer in the area or an observatory or something.
Astronomer? Got it! Radio astronomer! The sounds on that tape could be from outer space.
Looks like we had a visitor.
You still do.
You seem to have been looking for something.
He left it here, didn't he?
You mean oh, what was his name?
Let's have it.
Oh, you must mean the tape.
That's right. The tape, please.
A lot of static. Skip, what do we do with that old dumb thing?
It's in my pocket.
Well, give it to the man and maybe he'll be kind enough to throw himself out.
Children.
Skip, I hope that was the dupe you gave him.
I got the license on that car when he was talking to that guy. I'll give it to the police.
We have a lot of telephoning to do. Let's get busy. Mr. Kepler! Mr. Kepler, we know who you are. You're a radio astronomer from New Mexico, and your real name is Dr. George B. Travis.
Yes, who are you?
Don't you remember us?
Should I?
I think you got your memory back.
As a matter of fact, I don't remember where I've been for the last week or so.
You've had amnesia, sir. If you're wondering what happened to your watch, you pawned it at Happy Face Loans. And the tape cassette...
You know where it is? It's disappeared.
Here it is.
That's it. Do you mind telling me how this fell into your hands?
That's a long story, sir.
Somebody's been trying to steal it.
Really?
Can you tell us what's on the cassette?
Well, certainly. It's recordings of unusual radio frequencies from outer space. I was very excited about it. In fact, I flew here to play it at an international meeting of astronomers. And then that's the last thing I remember.
Somebody at that meeting recognized those sounds. They sent a goon after you to trail you and take it.
The police should be picking them both up about now.
Why would anyone want to steal it?
Are you sure the frequencies are from outer space? Could they be from somewhere else?
Yeah, like maybe from near space, from a secret satellite. Maybe you picked up some kind of coded message.
That's it. I bet those guys are foreign agents, and they had to find the tape before someone else could break the code.
The signals were certainly strange. There could be a code embedded in those frequencies. I must say, you kids are astonishing. Who did you say you were?
The Bloodhound gang.
Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double.